And welcome back here to the Super Sophomore Camp here at Sampson's Fitness Center. Here in nearby Lithonia, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. We appreciate you joining us here. I'm Marcus Burnett, the Sports Utility Vehicle, and I'll be joined shortly by Clay Dade, Camp Director here at the Super Sophomore Camp. We appreciate you joining us here for the Top 20 All-Star Game. We just finished up our Top 40 game webcast minutes ago. Looking forward to the Top 20 installment as well. It's been a loaded event from top to bottom. I'm definitely glad I have the job of broadcasting the Top 20 game as opposed to figuring out who competes in it. A lot of solid talent represented here at this event. And we're seconds away from tip-off. Clay, man, we're one final All-Star game away from the conclusion of the 2014 Super Sophomore Camp.
Yep, we're almost done here. It has been a great weekend. Started Friday night. Players came in a little, leg heavy and leg weary from travel, but they bounced back. They had a game the first day, Friday night, Friday evening, and it's not always going to be your best effort. We got a little sloppy on Friday, but then, of course, Saturday things really turned up, and guys, the play cleaned up. And guys got to get familiar with each other in a camp setting. So,
starting lineups-wise in the white jerseys, number 1, Malik Zachary, number 45, MJ Walker, number 21, Trayvon Duval, number 40, David Carrera, and number 86, Obiago.
Yeah, we call him Ike.
Ike,
6'9".
I should have known that. I remember his coach just saying, hey, just throw it up to Ike. Throw it up to Ike on one of the inbound plays. And Ike took care of the rest from there. Duval with the pass to Walker. Walker with the layup.
MJ Walker had a heck of a camp. He's a big-time player. I mean, big-time. He can be as good as he wants to be. That kid with the ball has amazing springy athleticism for 6'2". That's Trayvon Duval from St. Benedict's in New Jersey.
You mentioned Tyler Ennis in our Top 40 game webcast. He attended the same high school that Trayvon Duval is currently at. Duval with it now. Leaves it for Kara. Ike with the jump hook.
Look at that. Long, strong, powerful, 6'9". He is going to be really, really good when he gets it.
Ike, number 86 in the white jersey. Zachary gets it back out top to Duval. Duval going to try a three-pointer.
Off the glass. The bank's open, Marcus.
Hey, man, that's clout right there, man. Bank open on a Sunday, man. That's serious clout.
That's right.
Team Blue with the ball, giving plenty of space on that jump shot. Number 60, P.J. Washington. Don't believe me, just watch jump shot right there.
Whoa. Powerful follow-up, missed.
Although the shot was missed, that play right there is indicative of the intensity that MJ Walker has approached this weekend with. You talked about it a little bit in our previous webcast. For those that haven't been here, give them a nutshell summary of MJ Walker's Super Soph Camp up to this point.
Well, where do you start? I mean, he showed his power at 6'4", almost 6'5", and there he goes again in transition, laying it in. About almost 200 pounds. He's just a physical beast. He has great and there you see P.J. Washington, who had maybe one of the best camps, 6'7", 6'8", from Plano, Texas. Can do everything from prime prep. MJ Walker is just he's a special talent. He can shoot, score, defend. Here's Gary Trent Jr. I like him a lot. He had a big game this morning in the final regular game. He hit the tray to put it into overtime at the buzzer from the corner. He's the son of Gary Trent, former Shaq of the Mac from Ohio University, and played a long time in the NBA. A lot of people remember him with the Portland Trail Blazers. Nice kick out there.
knocked down by Trent Jr. almost from the identical spot from where he knocked down the game winner in that camp game earlier today. It was a great matchup. A big reason why the man with the ball, Trayvon Duval, it was he versus Trent Jr. in that game. Duval a little bit off the mark on that one. Likes with the jumper. Nice wraparound pass.
Woo! M.J. Walker, so powerful and springy athletic, but just solidly built, durable guy. And he is, I think he's just going to be one of the country's best players. Oh, gosh. Wow. There's that fearlessness we talked about with Chris Likes, number 2.
Exactly. Goals, absorbs that contact. I mean, I think when you look at being as dynamic of a player as he is at that size, beyond the skill set, just the ability to take that contact has to be a skill in and of itself.
He's got great toughness. Great mental toughness, too.
I think they might have just sent somebody over from the nearby facility after that last M.J. Walker dunk. I think they're still trying to wrap up some ceremonies over there, man. They wanted to know what the big boom was.
Right. He brings the thunder, that's for sure.
Here's Zachary with it. Is it off to Walker? He's been good from outside here in this camp as well. Just short on that one. Here comes Team Blue the other way.
There's a special talent right there, the number 2 player in the entire class of 2017, Jared Vanderbilt, by many belief. There you see him with a pro spin turnaround, left-handed. I mean, that arched up to the ceiling and it dropped right through the net. He's 6'8". He's going to be able to go anywhere he wants. He is so gifted and talented. There's Jalik Felton, too, number 8. Look at that, left-handed.
Ball's loose. Zachary picks up the pieces. Good hustle by Vanderbilt. Got a hand on that ball, unable to save it, as we're going to have some substitutions in for the blue team. Number 17, Matt Coleman. Number 14, Jameer Moultrie. Number 55, Victor
Obiago. Uye Lumno. Victor is a really special player, really long. Really like him a lot.
And number 81, 14 Blue, Zack Brown.
He had a great camp. 7'1", Marcus. 7'1". Did you see earlier in the game earlier? He went coast to coast himself and finished with a dunk. At 15 years old, 7'1". Amazing.
Handful to deal with. For the white team with the ball right now, number 23, Victor Bailey, going to try the jump shot. No good. Coleman with the rebound, coast to coast, layup drill.
You know, he plays EYBL as a freshman with Boo Williams. He is their starting point guard in the EYBL as a freshman. I don't know too many kids that would have done that. And he's had a great year doing it. I mean, he's led them. And he is an amazing point guard. I mean, his speed, his change of speed and change of space, his vision is remarkable. He's got all the tricks with the basketball. He's athletic. He just, in pregame warm-ups, I didn't know he could dunk backwards. You know, he bounced it off the floor and dunked backwards, and I looked at him and he laughed. He said, "What's wrong, coach?" You know, so I told him I didn't know he could do that. He said, "A little something for you."
Yeah, really plays like a leader out there. In that camp game we've referred to a couple times, you know, Gary Trent Jr. got cooking, and it was Coleman that said, "Hey, man, I got him." You know, none of the guys here at this camp are trying to shy away from that big matchup or having to lock down, and Coleman's just one example of that.
There's the kid I like a lot. I like Jameer Moultrie from 3 out there from the D.C. area, goes to McNamara High School. Also in that Catholic League, McNamara is. Trey Young, number 7 in blue. Really like him a lot. He is an amazing shooter. He's easily the best shooter in the camp. And, I mean, he had one game where Friday night he had 32 points, and I swear he must have had 7 threes. I mean, he averaged 25 points a game in Oklahoma as a freshman this year. He is so smooth, and he knows how to play.
Looks like Zack Brown going to get called for the foul there, the post attempt by Sunday Okeke. Got to be a primetime player, man, with a name like Sunday here playing on Sunday.
Yeah, right, sure. But, you know, he's made a name for himself. No one here really knew or had seen him. We had, of course. He's up in New Hampshire, going to a school up there, a private boarding school. He was taken in by a family from Connecticut, that gentleman that works in the financial community in New York, you know, really, I guess he's a refugee from, I believe, Nigeria. And, I mean, he is an amazing talent. He's got great physicality. You saw right there his form on his shot. Big future. Whoa. Big play right there. That's Zack Brown, 7'1". Spin and go. Almost wound it up on him. That's his move right there. He's been impressive all camp long, Marcus.
It's just, you know, there are just so many coaches just out there salivating for a player doing what he's doing at his age.
He works out with the Miami Heat on a regular basis.
Offensive rebound for Team Blue. Weight room move inside by Brown, no good on the first attempt. He's not done yet.
Puts it in under huge duress. I thought he got fouled on the first attempt. Stuck with it.
Number 20, KJ Fitzgerald with the ball. He's going to kick it out now. Eno going to take a shot.
Wow.
Good
How about
defense,
that?
better offense.
I haven't seen him do too much of that. Victor Eno from right here in Atlanta. There's Matt Coleman, lefty jumper.
Nice rebound inside there by Eno. Pull-up jumpers, no good. Rebound cleared out of there. Williamo. Moultrie going to kick it out to Young. Foul on the floor, so it'll stay with Team Blue. First Young jump shot on the way, no good. Here's Fitzgerald. Changing that shot right there by Zack Brown. Here's Moultrie. He's already got one three-pointer. Can't get his second one to go. Strong rebound by Sunday. So I'll pose this question in the top 40 game. Let's do the top 20 version. Some of the specialties that you see out there on the floor.
When you look at Zack, a great low block talent. He's got great potential as a low block player. There you see the slicing penetration that makes Matt Coleman special. He can get in the lane and create at will. He's done that all camp long. He's done it during EYBL. He's just a shifty, multiple speed player, and you know, and he's athletic. Really like him a lot. We already talked about the kid with the ball, number 7, Trey Young. His specialty is just an amazing shooter, but he has an incredible feel for the game. Plus, he has deep range. He's not just a shooter, but he shoots from deep, and he's got a great feel for the game. Really like his feel.
Substitutions back into the game for Team Blue. Number 2, Chris Likes. Number 10, Gary Trent Jr. Number 60, P.J. Washington. Number 8, Jalik Felton, as well as number 100, Jared Vanderbilt.
Nice. Beautiful.
P.J. Washington with the tray ball. Back into the game for Team White with the ball, Trayvon Duval. M.J. Walker, who you see hoisting a 3 and knocking it down.
Did you see where he shot that from? That was an NBA 3.
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly. And he's so strong.
Also joining M.J. Walker, number 40 for the Team White, David Carrera, as well as number 1, Malik Zachary. So it's a 5-point ball game here. Been an intense one so far, but that's only going to pick up as the game goes on. Nearly too much length for his own good there. It was Ike. As his length helped him dunk it, that same length almost jolted that ball out of there, but he gets the 2 to go, making it a 3-point ball game. Felton for 3.
There's a kid I like a lot, is Jalik Felton. Just knows how. Oh, wow, what a block. P.J. Washington has not been denied like that during this camp. He's led the camp in dunks, and he hasn't seen that kind of defense. He couldn't go through Obiago, Ike, but he draws the foul. But, yeah, I like Jalik Felton a lot, Marcus. We all know he's the nephew of Raymond Felton, the New York Knicks point guard. Jalik is a special player. He was the most outstanding player at our Fab Frosh camp last year, freshman All-American camp. And he had a super freshman year in high school in Mullins, South Carolina. He's a big-time player. We'll be watching him on television one day.
Yeah, I loved watching him in the Chick-fil-A Classic this past high school season, part of the all-tournament team there.
Did you see that burst by the big guy? He froze the big guy and had the fearlessness to take it in on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Likes, number 2 in the blue jersey with that bucket. He's been here all weekend. We're going to have a foul on to play there. But plenty of speed here at this camp. When you see Likes, is there a faster guard here at the Super Sophomore Camp than Likes?
I think it's between him and LaPerion Perry, who we saw in the first in the top 40 game, who's about his size. And those are some 2 little water bugs, jets. There's a kid I like a lot too. Is David Caraher from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, about 6'5", really a special player.
Two attempts, unable to get that one to go as Team Blue. Here comes Zachary, going to go up top.
Wow.
MJ Walker, dunk won't stay down. Zachary going to get a little chippy. Ball on the floor, temporarily stop play. Be sure to check out supersophcamp.com. After the event, I'm sure Clay will have some of the different write-ups from the various media outlets that are here posted online.
ESPN, ESPN.com, nextuprecruits.com. They did a heck of a job all weekend long with us. Didn't see a couple of the others here. Rivals was here, rivals.com. All of those will be, obviously, we'll post what they write up on our website, supersophcamp.com. But you can also follow these, if you're not already, follow them on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at Super Soph Camp. And check out the hashtag for all the comments and commentary and tweets and discussion around the camp that's taking place this weekend. Hashtag SSC 2014. Hashtag SSC 2014. I went on there myself to see a lot of conversations. It's amazing what kind of buzz is going on about the camp.
Yeah. Vanderbilt taking it right at MJ Walker.
He showed his strength and power that I haven't seen. And then, how about that acrobatic layup? Lefty. Unbelievable. 6'8". Amazing. These kids are 14, 15 years old. Amazing. Special player.
So we're going to have substitutions just as we were really starting to tune our eyes to that Jerry Vanderbilt MJ Walker matchup with those guys going against each other. They're both going to have a seat, but we've got plenty of game left and also plenty of talent checking into the game for them. Back in for Team White, number 20. KJ Fitzgerald, he's going to get it over to Victor Eno.
There's some high-low. We actually saw some high-low there. 2 big guys going high-low. Wow, nice follow-up from Victor Eno, number 61, from Green Forest Christian Academy here in the Atlanta area. 6'7", 215. Nice player. Still developing, Marcus.
Yeah.
He's a little, he's not raw, but he's similar. He's close to being raw.
Yeah.
Nice turnaround from Victor Uyelumno, number 55 in white. He's from Florida. Lives in Florida, goes to Gulliver Prep.
Fitzgerald guarded by Trae Young. Sunday wants it inside. He gets it. You know, just hit one from there.
That's not his game, though.
Yeah.
His game is around the basket. He's trying to expand it.
Got the first one to go. That second one off the mark.
That's what happens. Nice play. That's VJ Bailey from Austin, Texas. He's a special talent. He's had a great spring, too, playing down there, playing on the circuit. Look at that. Look away.
Coleman to Zack Brown. Brown misses, but Trey's going to take a jump shot.
There's a reason his name is Trey. Good play. Yep. It's the right call. Trey's just a really savvy player. He plays older than he is, and his father was a great player at Texas Tech. A lot of people know and remember his dad during the 90s, Rayford Young. There you go. There's big Zack Brown on the thunder dunk.
Zack Brown says, "Excuse me, little fella." He dunks another one. He's definitely tested the durability of these rims here at Sampson's Fitness Center throughout the past couple days.
Yes, he has.
Sunday off on that one. Here comes Coleman. Doesn't take him long to get from point A to point B. It's Matt Coleman going to go to the free throw line. So we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half. First free throw, good for Coleman.
I like him a lot. I mean, I really like him a lot. We've got some great point guards in this camp.
Loaded.
And we left about 10 or 20 top 100 caliber point guards on the table. Just couldn't take them all.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the, as we were just about to start tip-off. I'm very glad all I had to do was broadcast these two games versus having to pick who was in them. The talent was just that solid from top to bottom.
Oh, yeah, it was tough. Really tough. Look at
Coleman,
that pass.
the seeing eye pass to Young.
Play. Look at that play. Missed on purpose.
Number
Trae Young.
5, Victor Uyelumno, following on that one.
Wow. What a play. That's exciting to see when young kids hook up like that. That's lots of fun. What a pass, though, from Matt Coleman, right-handed now. He's a left-handed player. Around the defense, on the move.
Yeah, that was great. Like the ball had eyes. Zack Brown wants it inside. Moultrie going to get called for the double dribble. .30 seconds to work with for Team White. Let's see if they hold for the last shot. Appears that's what they're going to do. KJ Fitzgerald with it. Foul on the floor. Doesn't look like KJ plans on holding for the last shot, but they're going to get it anyway as they take the ball out of bounds. 10 seconds to work with on the clock. Bailey for 3. Got time for one last shot. They're going to wave that floater off, so that'll send us to halftime with a score of 38-2. Stick with us. We'll be back shortly here live from the Super Soph Camp here on SUV TV. We'll see you back here shortly.
Whenever you don't win a championship, you didn't complete your task. I have sour taste in my mouth from last season. I feel like I left something on the table personally. You take that into the summer and you use it as your motivation. There's no off season for me because there's always somebody else working. Before I start training, I think about the guys who I think are in front of me. I always picture that person, picture them working hard. I refuse to let them outwork me. No matter if it's a game, no matter if it's practice, no matter if I'm in the gym by myself lifting, I train as if it's game time. I know in order to be where I want to be, I have to mentally take myself there every single time. I always ask myself at the end of the day, did I get better? You're not staying the same. Either you're getting better or you're going backwards. I'm a lot stronger now than I was when I finished the season. Honestly, I never feel like I accomplished my goals. Well, ultimately, my goal is to win a championship in New York. I got a long ways to go, and I have to be physically and mentally ready to go the whole distance. That's what drives me every day. The day that I feel like I've accomplished my goals, I think I'll be retired.
Demetrius, hold up.
And welcome back to the Super Sophomore Camp. Marcus Burnett joined by Camp Director Clay Dade as we get ready to bring you the final half of basketball from this year's camp. And given the way it's been up to this point, we know it's going to be a good one. Gary Trent Jr. With the ball there is going to kick it over to Vanderbilt. Zack Brown going to be fouled on the floor there. I don't know about you, Clay, but I'm excited for this second half to start. And while I'm sure you've had a lot more on your plate this weekend than me, it's got to be kind of bittersweet that this thing is coming to a close at this point.
It is. There's a lot of work that goes into it, Marcus, all year round, and we take a lot of pride in evaluating kids from last summer all the way up until now and picking the players. That's a nice jump hook, staying with it by Zack Brown, number 81 in blue. And then to put all that work in, and these 3 days go by so quickly, and you feel like you really didn't even get to know the kids, but you do, but it just goes by quickly once we get going. Yep, so it's bittersweet. But we see these kids throughout the season and on the travel circuit. We see them a lot, and it's nice to bump into them in Las Vegas or Orlando, Florida, or here in Atlanta, coming in from out of town at for different tournaments. It's really nice to see these guys after this.
Zack Brown He wasn't a slouch in the first half by any means, but definitely looking at making his presence felt here in the second. I think Duval is going to have a bigger second half. We see him blocked on that play, but up top shelf, Gary Trent Jr. to Jared Vanderbilt.
He served it up, didn't he, Marcus?
Walker trying to come right back at him with a +1. Vanderbilt with the rebound ahead to Felton. Felton with just a nice job of saving it. Layup drill for Gary Trent Jr. It's too strong off the back of the rim.
Wow, what a block. Big Zack Brown. MJ Walker tried to take it at him. MJ's looking like, nobody's ever done that to me.
Right. We all saw that coming. Like, what was MJ going to do it? He went up and did it, and Brown rebutted accordingly. Another fast break for Team White, though.
Woo! Wow. MJ Walker, amazing physical ability. I mean, he was two-handed on the left side. He banged it. Great pass by David Caraher. You know, I've been impressed with David Caraher, Marcus. He has a number 40 in white from Chapel Hill High School in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. He really has a nice feel for the game, but he's a knockdown shooter from outside. Look at that ball pressure. That's fantastic ball pressure from Chris Likes, number 2. That's a great matchup right there. The kid from Syracuse, number 1 in white, is Malik Zachary. And you see Likes created, forced him into what I call a turnover, or offensive foul on the dribble. But Caraher's a neat prospect. People love playing with him. Very unselfish player.
Guarding Jalik Felton. Felton going to kick it over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt for 3.
Off the glass from about 27 feet.
That tray off the window makes it an 11-point advantage for Team Blue. Just as everybody holds their breath for a second, but everybody's okay. Off of that contact there around the basket. So comes Likes the other way up top to Vanderbilt. A little bit too tall for him. Here's Trent Jr.
So smooth, Gary Trent.
Yeah. Zachary Duval.
Wow. That's your point guard, folks. And he plays point guard at St. Benedict's in New Jersey. Amazing talent. I mean, he has ridiculous athleticism. We have to check what his vertical was here at the camp, but I know it was one of the best we've ever had. You can just see how explosive he is.
Duval, number 21 there in the white jerseys for the Team White All-Stars here. Likes to inbound it. Vanderbilt. Nice defense being played there by Walker and Caraher. We're going to have a foul on the play. Eight-point advantage here for Team Blue. Brown looking to add to it, and he does just that. Left-hand hook.
Nice. Nice. You can tell he's put a lot of work in his post game. You know, we had a lot of compliments from scouts this weekend, from G. Rankin with ESPN to many others who said, hey, look, Jimmy Hicks from Houston, who's the king of basketball in Houston and on the Houston scene, and many others who were here from Rivals.com and on and on and on. College coaches, Donnie Marsh, who's been a college coach for 34 years at Virginia Tech, South Florida, UAB with Mike Davis, and many other programs, and a head coach at Florida International. And one of the things they talked about is just the number of quality big men we have here. Zack Brown's one of them. He's been tremendous. There's another one I like a lot from Memphis, Isaiah Stokes. That name might sound familiar to folks, our viewers. Jarnell Stokes is his brother. Wow, what a play.
Up top, Walter Prevost.
Actually,
that's
that's
correction.
Yeah.
P.J. Washington. That's 60, not 80.
Yeah.
Got to get the
PJ.
numbers right on these spiffy Super Soph Camp jerseys. P.J. Washington above the rim with the flush there, pushing the advantage 12 Team Blue. Fitzgerald with the hesitation and the floater. Jameer Moultrie with it. Isaiah Stokes not doing too bad of a job keeping him from getting along that baseline there. The big fella moving his feet. Shot missed. Stokes going to get it ahead. Here's Bailey. Bailey with the reverse. No good. Follows no good by Sunday. Washington drops it to Coleman. Coleman to Young. Count the bucket, and we'll see Trey Young go to the free throw line. Chance to get the three-point play the hard way. Free throw good by Young, so it's a three-point play. Making it a 39-52 ball game. Stokes inside to Sunday. Sunday working hard inside, can't get that shot to go. That's in the hands of Trey Young. That shot off the mark. Young deemed by Clay Dade as the best shooter here in the camp. Off the mark on that last one. Got to factor in the number of games and sessions these kids have had over the past couple days. Even though Matt Coleman's spring on that play might elude otherwise. He gets up, flushes that one. But they've done a great job because, you know, prior to these All-Star games, all of the camp games were very competitive, up and down. These players showing their conditioning up to this point. Stokes with the weight room move inside. We're still getting some oohs and ahs after that dunk attempt. It missed, but definitely a powerful one. Moultrie no good on that shot. Rebound by Okeke. Here comes Bailey. Moultrie picks it up. Looks like it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Sunday. But off of Moultrie. Good heads-up play there defensively. As Okeke able to knock it off of Moultrie's leg. Reverse, counted for KJ Fitzgerald.
KJ's an interesting player for his size. He's not super quick, but he's crafty, and he had a great freshman year down there at, I think, Cardinal Newman High School, really good program in South Florida. There you see the range we're talking about with Trey Young. He's just a special player.
Pretty jump shot right there, as I think, you know, Fitzgerald, I think that the fatigue might have caught up with him on that possession, as he was giving Young a cushion that a player with his shooting ability should not have at all.
Can't give him that at all. It's like a layup for him.
Up top, Coleman.
Ooh, Matt Coleman. Point guard, that's your point guard, going up for an alley-oop. Almost got it.
Here's Bailey going to kick it to Isaiah Stokes. Stokes going baseline.
Ooh, looked like he wanted to finish at the rim. Haven't seen Isaiah do that. That's Victorino on this powerful finish himself. Is he going to do it again, Trey?
You see Fitzgerald cutting off that space that was there on the previous possession. Coleman with a little bit of razzle
Look
dazzle.
at that flavor. That pastry. He's got it.
Definitely brought his flavor to the Peach State, did Matt Coleman. And that bucket makes it another 14-point advantage here for Team Blue. Fitzgerald to Bailey. Bailey going to try a three-pointer.
His jumper's been off this weekend.
Passed a little bit too far ahead for Young. We reached this substitution point. Back into the game for Team Blue. Chris Likes, number 2. Gary Trent Jr., 10. Number 100, Jerry Vanderbilt. Number 8, Jalik Felton. And number 81, the big fella, Zack Brown. For Team White, you've got number 21, Trayvon Duval. Number 1, Malik Zachary. Number 45, MJ Walker. Number 86, Ike Obiago. And number 40, Carricker. Look for Team White to make a push. Still got plenty of time left in this game, but when you're down 14, given the level of talent that you're going against, time definitely of the essence here for Team White. I look for MJ Walker and Duval and company to make a push here.
Yeah, I think they want to end this with a statement, and they don't want it to be a 13-point game. You got 9.5 minutes. Good chance to finish the game strong.
A lot of good matchups out there. One you definitely want to keep your eye on is number 1 in the white jerseys, Malik Zachary, going up against Chris Likes, number 2 in the blue jerseys. As Felton knocks down the 3.
There you see the range of ability and talent that and skill that Jalik Felton has. I mean, he does everything. His defensive intensity and his instinctiveness defensively, he gets his hands on everything. He baits you into turnovers. I watched him, I've watched him a long time, but I watched him in one game this weekend. I mean, he himself created all kind of havoc defensively, and he just gave fits to the other team. I mean, he gets it done. He's amazing.
He gets it inside to Zack Brown on that one. Brown with the nice move inside. If he misses, he's looking to go after it and get it. Luckily, Team White rebounds it, doesn't give him another opportunity. Here comes Likes. Felton back to Likes. Blocked by Ike. Trent Jr. with the giant killer floater. He's too strong on it. Second attempt, no good.
Wow. I didn't even see that coming. Likes to Felton, and Felton's at 6 foot, almost 6'3", just climbs up in two-hand, right over Obiago. Big guy.
Felton kind of came out of nowhere on that one. Gets the
Wow. Look at that. We had some great shot blockers in this camp this weekend.
Most definitely. They were spoken to by Shot Blocker 42 on Twitter, also known as Theo Ratliff. Your thought on his impact during his speaking session here at the event?
Oh, it was so great what he said. He told the kids to understand what kind of work ethic and what kind of work ethic is required to get, to your potential and to be really, really good. If you want to get to the NBA, if that's your dream, there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to understand what kind of work ethic is involved. And he also talked about focus. He talked about really being focused and tuning out things that aren't helping you get to where you want to go.
Key elements for, I think, anyone, but especially these athletes with the different, the paths that they would like to have ahead of them. It's an 11-point ball game. Zachary's going to try a three-pointer. That one's in and out.
Look at the big fella handle. Look at that.
Trying to go coast with it. Ike
Get
said,
it out of here.
You're playing a great game so far, bro, but I'm here with you, man.
Wow, what a play. Two big guys going at it at the rim.
Gotta love it.
Two shot blockers, too.
MJ Walker with it. Team White trails by 11.
Look at this matchup here.
Oh, yeah.
Walker and Vanderbilt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Walker gonna pull the three.
Oh.
Just
a little
short. Definitely gonna be a matchup you want to keep your eyes on. I think two of the matchups that, well, actually, it's hard to really narrow it down to two, but I think the Chris Likes versus Malik Zachary is going to be one you definitely keep your eyes on, as well as Walker versus Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's a good one. Look at that. Chris Likes can go either direction off that screen. He's adept at pulling up or getting all the way to the rim. Look at the pressure he puts on. Look at that pressure. Look how he cuts him off. That's a nice move, though. Look at that speed.
Off to the races, up top to Felton. Felton loses the handle, but doesn't give up on the play.
Gary Trent Jr. with the cleanup. Chris Likes has so many gears to his game. Ooh.
There's a big fella, Zack Brown, playing volleyball here today.
MJ Walker has challenged Zack Brown, and he hasn't come out of there with a bucket.
Yeah, it's almost where that last shot, even Brown was kind of looking like, man, so you going to keep trying me? Are you serious?
Yeah. Zack isn't having any of it.
None.
He gets a well-deserved rest.
So the other unit back into the game for Team Blue, number 17, Matt Coleman, number 14, Jameer Moultrie, number 55, Victor Uyelamo.
Nice move right there from Isaiah Stokes from Memphis. His brother should be drafted pretty high in the NBA draft this year. Jarnell Stokes, who played at Tennessee. He's a great player there. There it is.
The Trae Young layup.
The Trae Young layup. That's a great moniker and phrase for him. He just makes it look so easy. He is such a good shooter.
Say that Vincent Lithonia, Georgia, he was in range when he landed at Hartsfield Jackson.
Yes, he was.
That shot just short by Bailey. Young, can he get back-to-back threes? No good,
Nice
but
follow. P.J. Washington.
as the lead is now 18.
We actually see two Team Penny. Well, PJ actually plays EYBL with Team Penny. His mother's from Memphis, or I think she lives there, but he lives in Texas with his dad. But Isaiah Stokes is also a Team Penny player out of Memphis.
Stokes is just amazing how time flies. It seems like it was just a few years back when Darnell Stokes was playing for EYBL, and Isaiah was just holding an iPad, filming his bigger brother, out there playing. Now we see him here, playing in his share of top-tier events in the country.
That's true.
Tell you what, boy, that's a strong family to be a part of, that Stokes family, man. I think you got to bench press 3 plates just to get to the breakfast table, man.
Yeah, that's right. You imagine what their food bill is like. Those are some big family. Willie Stokes is a nice young man. Look at that pass from P.J. Washington and the near finish from Big Victor Uyelamo.
Playing through the contact there.
Nice jump hook. Wow. Victor Eno. Beautiful.
Here's Moultrie.
Like that kid a lot. He can score that basketball. He's going to be a big-time player. V.J. Bailey right there with the ball, number 23 from Austin, Texas. His mother was an incredible track star athlete, and last year, he came to our Fab Frosh camp, and in between that time and now, his mother became one of the assistant coaches at University of Texas track team. And so they moved from Illinois. When he came to Fab Frosh, they were living in Illinois, and now he's in Austin, Texas, and had a great freshman season down there.
I tell you what, I'm sure they're not missing those winters up north. That's a nice move for them if you're trying to get away from the cold.
That's right.
Illinois to Texas.
Great pass ahead by Matt Coleman. He's been doing that all camp long to P.J. Washington. Really like both those kids a lot.
Cross-court pass over to Stokes, who's a little lighter on his feet than the airport test might tell you.
Yeah, he's a little more nimble than people think. Look at that anticipation.
Coleman to Young, dropped off to Washington.
PJ finished that left-handed. That's how skilled and gifted he is. Look at that pass.
Great pass.
About that pass right there? I thought he was shooting that. That's K.J. Fitzgerald to Sunday Okeke. Look at that finish. Look at that burst that Matt Coleman has. He's a master at playing at 2 different speeds.
That was a burst like he had a can of Nas in his shoes there.
That's right.
That was a Fast and Furious kind of burst right there.
Wasn't it?
You see him trying to get a steal here. Fitzgerald. Sunday Okeke with the hustle. He saves it, but right to Team Blue. Here's Moultrie. Gonna kick it to Young. Young just off the mark. This team still hustling like it's the first half out here. Wouldn't expect anything less. Coleman still showing off the bounce even though they can't
Nice
get the
pass.
dunk to go.
Trey Young. That's what I'm talking about. His feel for the game and his passing ability. We got 20 seconds left here. I'm just so impressed with these young guys, and they've had a good experience. Happy for all of them. Let's see how we finish here. We're going to have something exciting.
We'll see, man. I mean, it's always something you can expect given what we have out there on the floor. That one's too strong.
There it is.
Young gets the rebound, gets it in, and that is going to do it for the top 20 game here at the Super Sophomore Camp. Clay, any closing thoughts?
First we want to say thank you to you, Marcus, and SUvehicle.com and Sports Utility Vehicle for the great coverage that you provide for all of us, not only here in the Atlanta community, but all over the youth, grassroots, high school basketball community. You guys do a great job. I encourage everyone to continue to follow them on Twitter and also SUvehicle.com. Watch more games. They've got a archive of great games you can watch live and on demand. But I just think this is a great experience for kids. They get to be around guys that they know or guys that they're meeting for the first time, and they'll remember them. And, as MJ Walker comes over, we got to really give him that for just a great time, and he's going to be a great player, and we know it, and guys like him make doing this special.
Most definitely. Well, thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. This will do it for our coverage at the Super Sophomore Camp, and we'll catch you back here next time.